life could only bring again the days I took for granted, when to hear your voice was just a call away. What I'd give for just some time to say the things that slip my mind. So much now I'd really like to say, but I can never go back when we did the things we did back then. Store those precious memories in my mind. I'll take what you've instilled in me and try to be all I can be. Walk the path that you have left behind. I sure miss you. Life will never be the same with you not here. Each passing day brought much pain. With God's grace my strength remains. I sure miss you, heaven's sweeter with you there. Little things that seem so small, now like gold in a memory vault. I cherish every one I have of you. Well, I can see and recognize the part you played to shape my life. I often see you in the things I do. But God's design and master plan, He saw the hurting hearts of man as we would say goodbye to those so dear. So with my family and friends, we'll be together once again, view heaven's splendor hand in hand. But I sure miss you, and life will never be the same with you not here. And each passing day has brought much pain, but with God's grace my strength remains. I sure miss you, but heaven's sweeter with you there. Just want to tell the family that I love you. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for this occasion, and I was thinking today just about a few things that we got to do together as kids, and I was thinking about jumping in the old pond in the farmhouse off E Highway, having leeches all over us, and running from snakes. And I remember going to all the rodeos and being behind the buck and shoots with Alex and learning the rodeo trail from Alex and being around him all the time, and remembering his love for bull riding, and it really instilled in me a love for bull riding that, you know, helped me to evolve into what I did. And I remember when he came back to Florida, I'd already been home for a little while and been commercial fishing, and he was calling me all the time and just wanting to find out where the shrimp were at. And I had the fine privilege of being able to shrink with him quite a bit over the last 7 or 8 years. And of course my dad worked with him for a couple years there. And I was just proud of the way that he went through the worst situations of his life, and yet he never gave up, and he came through them. And I was thinking today about the time he had his arm hanging out the car. He was driving down the highway, and a hay rake came by and about ripped his arm off. And he got through it. And he was out walking through the field one day, and a neighbor shot him with a gun, and he lived through it. Seen him get his head stepped on by a 2,000-pound bull. He just rolled over and got up, went through it. Him and Brandy were on the fishing vessel Alley Cat when it went down and sank in the Gulf of Mexico, and they got through it. And he was one tough individual. And I was telling my dad that no matter how many years went by that you didn't get to talk to him, or months or whatever, you pick up the phone and call him, he was going to be the same every single time. And just want the family to know I love you. I'm praying for you. God's got a peace that surpasses all of our understandings. And He's got us in the palm of His hand. And He's calling His people. And He's saying, whosoever will, let him come. And I hope through this loss that some of Alex's family can see that God is calling you. There's so many things that I could tell you about Alex, but the one thing that I remember the very most about him, I went through my crazy wild phase in my life. When I got back in church and God opened the door for us to evangelize, and He opened the door for us to be a part of building several churches, and I was in Gainesville at Jeff Arnold's church, and Alex called me one day, and I was just talking to him, and I was encouraging him, didn't know what he was going through in his life. And I remembered today that he spoke to me on the phone, and he said, when you pray, don't forget to pray for me. And every time I talked to him, he'd say, pray for me. Just pray for me. And I believe that he had a moment at the end of his life that he was able to speak with God on a level that only he could. And God knows, and He's holding him in the palm of His hand. And I love this family, and I loved Alex. He was a brother. And he used to holler at me on the shrimp boat. And he would say, hey, sing me that song about the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm not going to sing the whole song, but I want to sing a couple lines from this song. Alex loved this song. And just know that I'm praying for this family. And don't give up. Don't give up hope. God's got everything in His will, in His time. Nothing we can do to change the circumstances or the situation. We can't do anything about our past, but we can change our future. My eyes have seen the beauty this world has to hold. The mountains and the wheat fields, I've seen them all. Now I'm headed out this channel to make my way into the night. I know that I'll find myself somewhere on the 30 line. But in the Gulf of Mexico, I see the sunset going low. All my worries I'll never know, but I'll let my troubles down low, and I'll be at peace tonight. Make everything alright. I'll head out west, you know, somewhere I'll go in the Gulf of Mexico. God bless you all, and I love you.